Hi YouTube, this is Joe Calton with Calton Cutlery. You can find us on the web, caltoncutlery.com. Alright, I've got the scope and the TV monitor out. Just did the video on introducing the scope and everything, and before I put the TV back downstairs so I can get back to work, I'm going to shoot a quick video. This will be the first one using the scope to explain shaping edge bevels. Alright, so what I have here is the scope's on. I've got a razor. It was the one that was in the last video. See the same one. Well, maybe you can't see it, it's too bright. But anyhow, here is our picture. Maybe that light's getting too much. Nope, we need that light to see it. Never mind. Okay, So anyhow, so here you can see, again, these scratches right here are edge bevel. This line right here is our transition between the edge bevel and the blade finish. These scratches right here are the scratches left by whatever finishing wheel that the factory used to finish this razor out. And you can see all this stuff right up in here is where the edge bevel is. The scratches there are not running all the way to the very edge. Okay, so if you look at this through the naked eye, you might look at that and say, okay, well, it looks highly polished and, you know, it looks sharp enough. If you look at it through a little loop, this one's a little 30x, you will see the light will reflect differently off of these scratches as it will off of this portion right here that hasn't been scratched yet. But not everybody at home has got a setup like this. So I'm going to show you an easy way to see what you're doing when you go to sharpen and you're trying to get a good edge in. And the easiest way to do that is with a magic marker or a Sharpie. Red, green, black is kind of tough to see sometimes, so get a Sharpie with a little bit of color. And what we have here is a no-name razor. There's not a maker's mark on it. And you can see how I inked the edge of that razor. Okay, so we're going to put it underneath the scope right quick, and you'll be able to see how it's all nice and red. And we'll have to find it. This was an eBay razor that I picked up. I have never even touched it to the hone. Well, I did the other side just to double check what I was wanting to show you would show up. Okay, so actually we might have a little bit too much magnification there. There we go. Okay. Yeah, you should be able to see that pretty good. Okay, so up here we have our edge. Here you can see there's a whole bunch of corrosion, a little bit of chipping, and then this is just the edge bevel, so the scratches where your sharpening stone would ride. From the edge down to our transition, and then the blade finish scratches right here. This is something that you can see with the naked eye, but I can't, my camera won't focus on it without the scope. So what we're going to do, now that we have that portion of the edge inked, we're going to go ahead and take that. I've got a Suhiro 1K that dried out while I was talking. And we're just going to take a couple of quick strokes on that side that was inked. Now I can see with the naked eye, oh, you can barely see it there through the camera, where that permanent marker has been rubbed off. that's the part that's getting contacted, or that the stone is contacting. So let's put it back up here. Focus it back in. And you should be able to see pretty clearly so now we have it's probably a different section of the edge, or it might be the same one. That chip there looks pretty familiar. You can see this bright line right here of fresh steel. That is the only place that that edge was contacting the stone. This portion right here, you can still see the red Sharpie in it, and you can see how that couple of strokes that we took on that stone was enough to brighten this section up, but it wasn't enough to get all the way to the edge. So when you're sharpening, and like I said, this goes with razors, just in case that glare is too much when it finally gets on the big screen. This happens with razors, with knives, scissors, axes, choppers, you know, machetes, pretty much whatever it is that you want to sharpen. You can use that magic marker to show you with the naked eye, or in a manner that you can see with the naked eye, or with, you know, a cheap, I think this one was about $5 from Maggard's Razors, and it'll show you what it is that it'll show you what's actually happening, not what you think or what you hope might be happening, but that red magic marker will show you exactly what it is that you're accomplishing while you are honing. So in this case, what we'll end up doing, I probably won't even hone this razor, it'll go back in the box, but I'll use the marker and keep honing until I get a nice bright line of steel all the way that goes completely to the edge. And you'll be able to see that if you take a close look in your own sharpening. But anyway, that is the magic marker trick explained on the big screen. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we will see you next time.